My name is Mark Pachetti. I'm a friend of Jesse Reagan, and I'm also a copywriter. I'm a digital marketer. Now, copywriting is the language of emotion. It's all about conveying and triggering very specific emotion. It's not writing like regular writing. It's very conversational writing. It's writing the way I'm talking with you right now. And that is selling in 2016. You don't have to create a facade and you don't need to become a masterful salesperson in order to connect with and get a lot of people into your Beachbody business. You don't need to know any of that. You don't need to be an expert marketer. You don't need to be an expert anything. You're going to learn what you need to know as you go. That's really important. And this is the first step, developing a giving mindset. The very first thing and the number one thing that you're always going to have to make sure that you execute and apply every step along the way of building your Beachbody business is giving as much as you possibly can. So you're not giving to get something, you're giving just to give. You're giving to build your brand, to show who you are and develop some credibility and authority. You're you're showing people who you are, what you've been through, and giving them the ability to see themselves in your story, the ability to connect. No sales ever begins until you make that initial emotional connection. In other words, you can't draw new team members onto your team until you first emotionally connect with them. And the only way that you can emotionally connect with people, not the only way, but the most authentic way, and if you look at your tool bag, this is the tool that you're going to be pulling out of it every single day, which is sharing what you go through, sharing your story, being completely open, being completely vulnerable, letting people see, people that you've never met before, letting them see the intimate details about everything you've been through and everything you're going through and everything that you've broken through and become. That is what running a Beachbody coaching business is all about. It's all about sharing and connecting. And I hope you're excited about that. I hope you're excited about opening up and letting people see you, see what you've endured, and seeing what you've become. Because that is how you are going to attract them onto your team. And by the same token, you're also demonstrating what you're going to be able to teach them by doing this all yourself first. And then you're going to be able to help nurture people who are actually going to be able to achieve everything that you talk about. Now, that being said, it is not your responsibility to guarantee anybody gets anything. You know, whether it's losing 10 pounds, losing 20 pounds, making money as a Beachbody coach, having better relationships, making more money. You can't guarantee anybody is going to achieve anything if they join your team. However, by having all of these systems and tools in place, you are going to be able to guide the people who are genuinely interested in achieving those things so that they can get there. But they have to ask, and you will give them everything they ask for if and when they do. But until they do, it is not your responsibility to make them do anything. Everybody has to take responsibility for their lives. And break that word down, responsibility. They have to be able to respond, and the ability to go in a direction that they know they need to go in order to achieve what they got into their Beachbody coaching business to achieve. And you can help them, but they have to ask. And if they do ask, give them all the help they want. But if they don't, it's going to be very difficult for you to help them do anything because they have to be receptive. They have to be open to receiving the help that you give them. So in this first Beachbody module, you're gonna be introduced. I'm gonna show you. I created some slides for you. I did a voiceover on it, and I wanted to make a really concise message that is going to explain, is going to communicate exactly why you want to develop a giving mindset in much more depth than I just communicated right now. So stay tuned for those slides and then immerse yourself in this information. Really get excited about living the Beachbody lifestyle and offering people as much value, total strangers, because that's how you're attracting them onto your team. Open up, Vulnerability. You can't reach people if you're not vulnerable. You can't connect with people if you're not vulnerable. So that is the number one step. The decision, to give as much as you can without expecting anything in return. And yeah, it is true. You're giving so you can build your Beachbody business, but you never know where these people are going to come from and what they've been through and why they're attracted to working with you. So just give each and every day as much content, videos, quite frankly, just like this. It's easy to do, it's quick, and since this is a business, you need to make sure that you have scheduled posts each and every day that are going to go up on Facebook so that everybody who's interested in becoming a Beachbody coach can be exposed to you first and foremost. So enjoy the slides, immerse yourself in the information, and I'll see you in the next video. When you first start your Beachbody coaching journey, your initial work isn't about getting lots and lots of new team members. I know that might sound counterintuitive, but this is really important. You have to establish your personal brand, your authority, and your why for being a Beachbody coach before you can start building a truly sustainable and purpose-driven business, which is incredibly important too. That means you have to provide value and give people something they want and need before you have any quote-unquote business asking anyone for anything, like an email address or a like on your Facebook posts. Here's the key. You have to live the Beachbody lifestyle and embody the Beachbody mindset. Here's why. The most successful Beachbody coaches largely achieved their enormously profitable status and stature in the company by sharing their personal experiences, which is a very different approach than selling as usual. The key here is you have to open up, be totally raw and vulnerable, and let people into your life. Let them see your daily success habits, your daily struggles, your daily breakthroughs, and how you achieved them, which is coincidentally also how you'll attract and get highly motivated people onto your team. You help them by letting them into your story. Then they help you by increasing your bottom line. Now, there's a saying I have, the more people you help, the more money you'll make. And you help people by letting them into your life, your world, and your Beachbody journey. That's how you become a personal brand. That's how you become an authority in the Beachbody coaching space. That's how you attract the future team leaders that will explode your bottom line. The future team leaders who were inspired by the way you magnetized them into your Beachbody business and wanted nothing more than to learn from you and duplicate what you do. How amazing will that feel? How validating will it be for you to attract people into your life and business who want to learn from and work with you and only you? And how fulfilling will it be to build your passive income by simply helping your team members develop a mindset of helping more people? The question is, in the face of wanting or needing to make a lot of money quickly, how do you authentically acquire the somewhat lofty help state of mind? Well, step one, you have to rise above your own personal agenda and circumstances, the ones you're dealing with right now. In other words, you know you want to quickly start building a passive income, but getting there isn't about chasing the money, no matter how badly you might need it. You have to constantly give people something to get anything in return. And every action you take must come from this foundation and inspiration. Step two, you have to know who you're talking with, right? The people you want to help. So you're clear about how to best have an effective conversation with them and tap into their biggest pain points, wants, and biggest hopes. This is what your avatar is. It's having a crystal clear picture about who you're talking with. And to find your avatar, there are two main things to look for within yourself. You have to find the quote-unquote identification factor in you and your story. This is about giving people a way to quote-unquote see themselves in your specific challenges and breakthroughs, which I'll talk more about in another video. It's all backed by some really cool and inspiring science. There's also something that needs to really drive you in your Beachbody quest. This is a specific subject, cause, or result you're passionate about. For instance, if you lost 100 pounds, your story and passion might be to appeal to people who have a daunting amount of weight to shed. Or maybe you overcame type 2 diabetes and want to reach people who, like you were, are suffering from the disease's horrible symptoms. Or maybe you overcame insecurity from being bullied when you were younger or from that horrible divorce that left you floundering. This is what I call your why. When you put those two things together in tandem with your Beachbody routine, challenges, and daily breakthroughs, you've got a transparent insight into the circumstances and emotions that the people you want to attract are experiencing and feeling right now. So from this very instant forward, your only job is to keep learning, sharing, and growing and letting people watch and feel inspired by your Beachbody journey. When you're ready to discover how, check out the next video.